Okay, before you spend $100 at the garden center, stop. Just stop. Because I'm about to show you $15 tree finds that will completely transform your garden. And honestly, most of these work better than the expensive stuff everyone's buying. I'm talking about items that cost literally a quid each, hidden gems that professional gardeners probably don't want you to know about. Because once you figure this out, you'll never waste money at garden stores again. Welcome to No Fail Garden. I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm sharing 15 secret Dollar Tree hacks that are genuinely game changers, and these aren't the typical pool noodle ideas everyone's doing. These are different. Quick favor before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe with notifications on. We share money-saving garden hacks like this every single week, and you don't want to miss them. All right, let's get into it. Because hack number 7 is honestly wild. Hack 1. Cooling racks as seedling heat mats. So first one, cooling racks. You know those metal racks you use to cool baked goods? Dollar Tree sells them for a quid, right? Most people think they're useless. But gardeners, we see gold. Here's the hack. Place a cooling rack over a floor heating vent or on a sunny window ledge. Pop your seed trays on top. Done. The elevated metal absorbs warmth from below and radiates it evenly to your seeds. It's literally creating the perfect germination temperature. And the spacing? Perfect air circulation, which means no mold, no rot. Meanwhile, actual heat mats from garden centers cost $20 to $30 each for one rack. You're buying multiple racks for a quid each, stacking them when you don't need them, and speeding up germination by 3 to 5 days. That's not just money saving, that's smart gardening. Question for you. Have you ever bought an expensive heat mat? Tell me in the comments if you're going to try this instead. Hack 2. Shower caps as humidity domes. Next up, shower caps. Seriously, shower caps. Those fancy humidity domes from garden shops? $8 to $15 each. Professional grade propagation systems? Even more expensive. Shower cap from Dollar Tree? A quid. Here's what you do. Stretch it over your seed tray or propagation container. The elastic edge creates a perfect seal. Boom. You've just trapped humidity and heat exactly where you need it. Seeds germinate faster. Cuttings root quicker. And you can actually see the progress through the plastic without constantly lifting it and disrupting everything. If you get too much condensation, poke a couple of tiny holes. Gradually make them bigger as your seedlings emerge. That's it. That's the whole system. One pack gives you 10 plus domes for a quid. Reusable for years. Compare that to specialty propagation setups that cost a fortune and break after one season. Are you starting seeds this year? Tell me yes or no in the comments. Hack 3. Kitchen timers for watering schedules. Alright, hack 3. This one's simple but life-changing if you're constantly guessing about watering. Kitchen timers. Dollar Tree. A quid each. Most people either overwater their plants into oblivion or forget completely and watch them wilt. There's no in-between. But with a timer? Consistency. Every single time. Set it for your watering interval. 2 days for vegetables, 3 to 4 days for established plants. Weekly for drought-tolerant stuff. When it beeps, you water. No guessing. Want to get fancy? Use different colored timers for different zones. Red for your needy container plants. Blue for vegetables. Green for perennials. Just don't mix them up. The consistency alone means healthier root systems. Plants get the moisture they need without that stress cycle of wet, dry, wet, dry. That stress weakens plants. This eliminates it completely. Going on holiday? Set the timer before you leave. You'll know exactly when plants need attention. Perfect for arranging plant sitting with a friend. One timer lasts for years, paying for itself hundreds of times over. Do you struggle with watering schedules? Drop a comment telling me your biggest watering mistake. Hack 4. Plastic tablecloths as weed barriers. Okay, number 4. This one's going to change how you think about weed control. Plastic tablecloths. Dollar Tree. A quid each. Landscape fabric from garden centers. $30 to $50 for a small area. And weeds still eventually break through. One plastic tablecloth covers 54 by 108 inches for a quid. And nothing breaks through it. Nothing. Here's how you use it. Lay it over your weedy area. Overlap the edges by about 15 cm. Cut X-shaped slits where you want to plant. Done. The thick plastic completely blocks light, kills existing weeds, prevents new ones from sprouting. Unlike landscape fabric that eventually gets penetrated, thick plastic is an impenetrable barrier. Cover it with mulch if you want it to look nice. The plastic stays hidden, doing heavy-duty work underneath. Lasts for 3 to 5 years before needing replacement. Perfect for pathways, around trees, or when you're creating brand new garden beds. When your plants are established, they grow faster and stronger, because there's zero weed competition. That's not just saving money. That's smarter gardening. Have you been considering a new garden bed? This is your sign. Tell me in the comments, mid-video engagement check. Hey, quick pause. If these hacks are genuinely blowing your mind, seriously hit that like button. It helps me know these are worth making. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? This is exactly the content we share every week. Also, which hack has surprised you the most so far? I genuinely want to know. Drop it in the comments because I read them all, and your feedback helps me make better videos. Alright, back to it. Things are about to get creative. Hack 5. Foam brushes for pollination. Number 5. Foam brushes. When bees are scarce or you're growing indoors, hand pollination increases yields dramatically. And foam brushes from Dollar Tree? A quid a pack. They work better than expensive pollination tools. Here's the technique. Take your foam brush. Gently brush the inside of a male flower. That's the one with no tiny fruit behind it. Collect the pollen on the brush, transfer it to a female flower. You'll see a tiny fruit developing behind the petals. For tomatoes and peppers, sometimes you just tickle the flower to help pollen drop. The soft foam doesn't damage delicate flower parts, but it effectively transfers pollen. You can literally double your yields on tomatoes, squash, melons, and cucumbers using this method. Want to get really organized? Use different colored brushes for different plants if you're seed saving. Permanent marker on the handle. Red for tomatoes, green for cucurbits, blue for peppers. Stops cross-pollination. 1 pack of 10 brushes costs a quid and can pollinate hundreds of flowers. Store them dry and they'll last for years. Are you growing indoors or in a location with few bees? This hack is for you. Hack 6. Storage containers as mini greenhouses. Number 6. Clear plastic storage containers from Dollar Tree become mini greenhouses that rival $50 setups. Fill the bottom with seed starting mix. Plant your seeds or cuttings. Water lightly. Snap the lid on. That's literally it. You've just created a professional propagation environment. The sealed container creates perfect humidity, while the clear plastic lets light through. For ventilation, crack the lid or drill tiny holes and gradually enlarge them as seedlings emerge. The containers stack when you're not using them. Store seeds and supplies inside. Lasts for years. Use different sizes for different projects. Small containers for individual cuttings. Large ones for starting dozens of seeds. The results rival expensive propagation systems that cost a fortune and often break. Label everything with permanent marker. Reuse season after season. 1 container costs a quid versus $10 to $15 for propagation trays that do the exact same job. Have you ever tried propagating plants? Tell me if you're going to try this method. Hack 7. Tension rods as adjustable trellises. Alright, hack 7. This one's genius. Spring-loaded tension rods from Dollar Tree, a quid each. They become instant adjustable plant supports and trellises that actually adjust as plants grow. Traditional stakes can't do this. They're fixed. But tension rods, customizable. Install them vertically between deck railings, fence posts, or inside large containers for climbing plant support. Install them horizontally in windows for starting climbing seedlings indoors. The spring-loaded mechanism means no drilling. Perfect if you rent. You adjust the height as plants grow by simply repositioning. String garden twine between multiple rods for peas and beans. Use them as temporary support for heavy fruiting tomatoes or laden cucumber vines. When the season ends, remove them completely and store flat. Take up almost no space. Multiple rods at different heights create ladder-style trellises. You can spray paint them to match your garden aesthetic if you want. One rod costs a quid versus $8 to $15 for comparable adjustable stakes that do the same job. Are you growing climbing plants this year? This is your hack. Hack 8. Disposable baking pans as self-watering seed trays. Number 8. Aluminum baking pans. You poke drainage holes in small containers. Plastic cups work great. Yogurt containers, whatever. Place them inside an aluminum baking pan. Fill your containers with seed starting mix. Plant seeds. Water by pouring into the pan, not directly on the soil. Your containers wick up moisture from below. Impossible to overwater. Seeds get consistent moisture without drowning. The aluminum reflects light upward, giving your seedlings more even illumination. Slightly warms the soil too, speeding germination. Seedlings develop stronger root systems because they're reaching down for water rather than staying shallow like they would with surface watering. Use different pan sizes for different projects. Small for a few plants, large roasting pans for dozens of seedlings. Stack them when you're not using them. Stack them small. Reuse for years. One pan costs a quid versus $8 to $12 for self-watering seed trays that do the same job. Do you have seedlings that get waterlogged? This is your solution. Hack 9. Silverware organizers for seed storage. Number 9. Silverware organizers. If you're saving seeds or just have a bunch, you know how chaotic seed storage can get. Packets everywhere. Can't find anything. Some get damp and lose viability. Silverware Organizer from Dollar Tree creates a professional seed library. Everything organized, everything findable. Place seed packets in the compartments organized however you want. By plant type, by planting season, by plant family. Whatever system makes sense to you. Add silica gel packets from old shoe boxes or vitamin bottles to absorb moisture. Stack multiple organizers if you've got a big seed collection. Label compartments with tape and marker. The clear plastic versions let you see everything without opening them up. Store in a cool, dry location. Garage or basement works perfectly. Seeds stay viable way longer than jumbled in boxes. When planting time arrives, grab exactly what you need. No digging through messy piles. One organizer costs a quid and organizes 50+ seed packets versus $15 to $20 for specialty seed storage boxes. How many seeds are you hoarding right now? Comment and tell me. Hack 10. Spray bottles for foliar feeding. Number 10. Spray bottles for foliar feeding. Foliar feeding is when you spray nutrients directly onto leaves instead of applying to soil. Leaves absorb nutrients within hours. Way faster than soil feeding. And spray bottles make it effortless. Fill your spray bottle with diluted liquid fertilizer. Half strength of the package directions. Spray the undersides of leaves in early morning or evening when the stomata are open. Fine mist covers leaves evenly without waste. Use different bottles for different solutions so you don't mix things up. One for fertilizer, one for pest spray, one for aspirin water to boost immunity. Label clearly with permanent marker. The trigger mechanism gives you perfect misting action. No expensive equipment needed. Especially effective for micronutrients like iron and magnesium that move slowly through soil. You'll see visible results within 24 to 48 hours. Yellowing leaves green up. Growth spurts happen. Deficiency symptoms disappear. One spray bottle costs a quid versus $8 to $12 for garden sprayers that do the same job. Do you have any plants showing nutrient deficiencies? This hack fixes it fast. Hack 11. Reading glasses as magnifiers. Number 11. Reading glasses. Keep a pair of reading glasses from Dollar Tree in your garden kit. Plus 2.0 strength or higher works best. Early detection of pests and diseases saves entire gardens, and reading glasses make inspection foolproof. Check the undersides of leaves for eggs, tiny insects, or disease spots completely invisible to the naked eye. Spot spider mites, thrips, and aphids before infestations explode. Identify beneficial insects versus pests so you don't accidentally kill the good guys. See plant details when collecting seeds. Know exactly when they're ripe. Especially helpful if you have vision challenges. Keep the glasses hanging near your garden entrance for daily inspections. Check tomatoes for early blight spots, roses for black spot, squash for eggs. Early intervention means using less or zero pesticides. One pair costs £1 versus $15 to $20 for specialty magnifiers that work no better. Have you ever missed a pest infestation until it was too late? This prevents that. Hack 12. Plastic forks as pest deterrents. Number 12. Plastic forks. Push them tines up around seedlings to create physical barriers against digging pests. This stops cats, rabbits, squirrels, and birds without chemicals or complicated setups. Insert forks into soil around vulnerable seedlings with tines pointing upward. Space them about 5 to 8 centimeters apart. The upright tines create uncomfortable barriers animals naturally avoid without harming them. Especially effective for protecting newly planted seedlings because that's when cats love to dig. Deters squirrels from digging for buried treasure. Prevents rabbits from nibbling tender growth. Birds avoid landing in the forest of tines. As plants grow larger and sturdier, remove forks and reuse next season. Clear or white forks blend better than colored ones. One pack gives 48 forks for £1, protecting 12 to 15 plants versus $20 to $30 for chicken wire or fencing that's way harder to install and remove. Do you have pets or wildlife destroying your seedlings? This is genius. Hack 13. Aluminum pans for root watering. Number 13. Buried aluminum pans for deep root watering. Place them next to deep-rooted plants like tomatoes, peppers, roses, or shrubs. This underground reservoir delivers water directly where roots need it. Poke 10 to 12 holes in the pan bottom and sides with a nail or ice pick. Bury the pan vertically next to your plant with just about 2.5 centimeters showing above soil. Pour water directly into the buried pan. It seeps slowly to the root zone. Encourages deep root growth, creating drought-resistant plants. Prevents water waste from runoff and evaporation. Add liquid fertilizer to water for direct root feeding. 1 gallon fills the reservoir and waters deeply, way deeper than surface watering ever could. Plants develop massive root systems that access deep moisture during drought, more resilient, less dependent on frequent watering. The aluminum doesn't rust, lasts multiple seasons. One pan costs £1 versus $10 to $15 for commercial deep watering systems. Do you struggle to keep deep-rooted plants hydrated? This is the solution. Hack 14. Mesh bags for pest-free ripening. Number 14. Mesh laundry bags. Slip them over ripening fruits and they become impenetrable barriers against birds, insects, and squirrels. Works on tomatoes, grapes, peaches, figs, anything ripening on the vine that pests want to steal. Close the top with a twist tie or drawstring. The breathable mesh creates a barrier while allowing air circulation and sunlight. Fruit ripens naturally, colors up beautifully. You harvest at perfect ripeness instead of picking early to beat pests. Especially valuable for expensive fruit trees or heirloom tomatoes you don't want to lose. The soft mesh doesn't bruise fruit like rigid covers do. You can see ripeness through the mesh without opening it up. Rinse bags between uses for multi-season protection. One pack gives you 3 to 5 bags for £1 versus losing valuable fruit to pests or buying expensive netting. Are you growing any special fruits this year? Protect them this way. Hack 15. Ice cube trays for seed starting. Final hack. Ice cube trays. Fill each compartment with seed starting mix. Plant 1 seed per cube. Water carefully. Each cube creates a perfect root ball that transplants without any shock. Better than expensive seed cells. The compartments prevent overwatering one neighbor's seedling. Seedlings develop contained root systems that pop out perfectly when it's time to transplant. Push from the bottom, and the entire root ball releases cleanly. Zero transplant shock because roots stay completely intact. Perfect for expensive seeds, where every single one counts. Mix different varieties in one tray if you label each section clearly. Stops accidental mixing. The plastic lasts multiple seasons with careful handling. Stack trays when not using them. Perfect drainage means no root rot. One tray starts 12 to 24 seeds for £1 versus $8 to $12 for seed starting cell packs. Are you starting any expensive or special seeds? This is your method. Closing, and there you have it. $15 tree garden hacks that most people don't even think about. but they absolutely work. Often better than expensive garden center products. The secret to successful gardening isn't spending hundreds on fancy supplies. It's knowing which budget items solve real problems, and I just proved that creativity beats expensive equipment every single time. Here's what I need from you now. First, if even one hack made you think, I'm heading to Dollar Tree tomorrow, smash that like button. Seriously. Second, subscribe and turn on notifications because we share money-saving garden transformations like this every single week. Third, leave a comment telling me which hack you're trying first. Or share a Dollar Tree hack you've discovered. I want to hear it. And fourth, share this video with other gardeners. The more people who discover these secrets, the more beautiful gardens we'll create without breaking the bank. Remember, the best gardens aren't built with expensive tools. They're built with clever solutions and smart shopping. These hacks prove that $20 at Dollar Tree beats $200 at a garden center. So grab your shopping list, hit Dollar Tree, stock up on shower caps, cooling racks, plastic forks, and mesh bags. Get creative, get brilliant, get strategic. Your garden transformation is waiting, and it costs less than lunch for two. Until next time, keep gardening smart, keep shopping savvy, and remember, the best garden hacks are the ones nobody talks about. Until now. Happy gardening, everyone.